With the 55th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select wide receiver Tre Harris from Ole Miss. Let's break it down, guys. Bolt up, Bolt fam. How are we feeling tonight? It is I, Jake Silva, here on Charger Syndicate, giving you everything LA Chargers news and so much more. If it is your first time ever here on the channel, I encourage all of you guys to like, subscribe, hit the bell button, keep you up to date on future and past videos. As also, this video is brought to you by greengridiron.com for your very own customizable miniature and life-size helmet of your style, your team, your way, however you like it, at greengridiron.com. Link in the description. Also, before checkout, use promo code LACSYN. That is LACSYN at checkout for your exclusive discount at greengridiron.com. Charger fans, we're already off to a hot start since after getting Amari and Hampton in the first round. We are now in day 2 to where we end up going into the second round with optimism. Could it be an edge rusher? Could it be a D lineman? Maybe a tight end? Or maybe a wide receiver? But the Chargers selected at the number 55th overall pick. The Chargers select wide receiver Tre Harris from Ole Miss. This is a very underrated pick for me, in my opinion. Tre Harris, who had spent some time at Louisiana Tech before he ended up going into the transfer portal and spending the last 2 seasons at Ole Miss. To me, Tre Harris, what I like about his game the most, the 6'3", 210-pounder, he is definitely packed pound for pound. But the other thing of it is, too, is that he is also very creative on his route runs. Is it just about as similarly to a Ladd McConkey? Not really. But at the same time, he does allow himself to get great separation. At the same time, open up space for himself for potentially Justin Herbert to find his next weapon and target there for him to throw at. So with Tre Harris, his best season up at Louisiana Tech from 2022, where he had 65 catches for 935 receiving yards, averaging 14.4 yards a play with 10 receiving touchdowns at that span. Then once going into the transfer portal and spending his last 2 seasons at Ole Miss, in 2024, he had 60 catches that year for over 1,000 receiving yards, 17.2 yards a play, and 7 receiving touchdowns in that span. Now, with Tre Harris, what I really like about this is that the Chargers are getting another dynamic weapon and playmaker. So I know a lot of us, we were thinking about, well, could this be the chance that they get a tight end or maybe an edge rusher, D lineman? I honestly thought that we could potentially go and get D lineman depending on where the cards fell as far as tight end talent, wide receiver depth, and more on that regard. But the Chargers decided to go and get a wide receiver. And I think, to me personally, I love this pickup. So does this honestly close the door on a potential reunion with Keenan Allen? I'm not sure yet. But what I really do like is that this gives the Chargers the opportunity to start to build up their young core. We know a lot of the talks have been surrounded around Quinn Johnston being up and in the trade block. No news since then. But what it looks like right now, this wide receiver room is going to look something special from here with Ladd McConkey, Mike Williams, Tre Harris, the rookie now, Brendan Rice as well, who's also coming in to prove himself otherwise. And you know, you got opportunities for Quinn Johnston to either improve or he may end up being out of the building. And does that also include the conversation with Keenan Allen? Not entirely sure yet until something is coming into fruition. But at least with Tre Harris, it gives us very, very good chances for our offense to be very dynamic, build the relationship, and give Justin Herbert the best potential weapons available in order for him to use it at his disposal. And Tre Harris, with the kind of build that he has, he's got great hands, route separation, also plays very, very well on those matchups between man and zone coverages. And he literally clears out amongst a lot of wide receivers, and that's including Travis Hunter, Xavier Restrepo, Nick Nash, and multiple others. So to me, I think Tre Harris, he could be very much the real deal. And I think Justin Herbert is going to absolutely love throwing the football his way, depending on the route schemes and exactly his high potential, and to really help us to get first downs and not to mention go up for 6 in the red zone. That's going to do it here for me, Charger fans. Jake Silva here signing off. Like, subscribe, hit the bell button, keep you up to date on future and past videos, and we will see you guys on whom else the LA Chargers could potentially draft next. Bolt up. We'll see you guys at the next draft pick available. Take care.